Um, the thing can't look like it's something for kids, and that's why I say the 7-hydroxy industry, for the most part, this is a blister packed pill in a white box.
Yeah.
I show these things to my kids, and they're like, "Yeah, I wouldn't confuse that with candy." Whereas go to the psychedelic chocolate bars, like, "Oh, Fruity Pebbles chocolate bar." Like,
Right,
geez,
right, right.
Careful where you put that, Mom. Not my wife, by the way. But there are other things that I think across the board, and you can see why it's the greed again in the 7-hydroxy market. They're all doing putting more than one dose or one serving in a pill, right? And so, like, if you look at all these products carefully, like they'll have tablets or pills, and then they'll tell you that like one tablet has 4 servings. And the reason that they're doing this is basically like you confuse the consumer, and you pop one tablet because you're used to one tablet being one serving.
Right.
And now you've gotten hit with 4 servings of this very, very potent thing for the first time. You just did heroin. I mean, you didn't really do heroin, but you get really hit hard with this overwhelming euphoria. You're probably more likely to go back.
Right. Wow.
So I think that that's something that needs to go away. So I mean, like
that is happening.
Oh yeah, you'd be hard pressed, I think, to find a 7-hydroxy tablet with one serving in it.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think a very easy thing here for that industry would be standardize what a serving is, and then put no more than one serving in a tablet. You can sell more tablets in the bottle, but
right.
A tablet should be a serving.
Wow.
Same with the shots, right? You buy a 5-hour energy shot. How many servings do you think that is? It's 1. Right?
Yeah.
You buy a 7-hydroxymetragenine shot. How many servings in there? Like 4.
Wow.
So you throw it back, and then you're nodding.
Wow. And I have no sense for like how all of the different regulators that might care about this actually like come to care about it and do something about it or not. Like, are regulators inclined to go in that direction, or is this likely not going to be touched for a while? Like, do you have any sense for that stuff?
So fascinating, right? Because like, so what does it take to get on this would be FDA?
Yeah, yeah.
FDA's radar, right? Like harm, right? Like so like I mentioned diamond shrooms earlier. FDA chased after diamond shrooms because people died.
People died.
But what did I just say about the 7-hydroxy?
Yeah,
right?
No one seems to be dying.
Like, FDA is kind of I can't speak for FDA, but like I'd imagine they're kind of like I don't see it here, guys. There are the legacy Kratom folks are lobbying really, really hard to get rid of this really dangerous and addictive 7-hydroxy, and there's also a rearrangement product of that that's even stronger, pseudoindoxil. Get rid of that. It's a threat to Kratom. It's a threat to the nation and its health and everything like that. But then again, like if I were working at FDA, I would ask for more information about all of the dying.
Yeah, interesting. So these are all these aren't scientific observations from clinical trials. Obviously, these things appear not to be super deadly, at least because no one's obviously dying. It seems, at least not yet.
Empirically, yeah.
But you said they also do seem to have some kind of addictive potential and be pretty habit forming. And certainly, the companies making these things are irresponsibly dosing people, probably for the very reason that it's causing a habit to form and therefore driving business.
According to me. Yeah,
According to you.
I think that it is across the line to put more than one serving of a habit-forming thing into a pill, because I think the consumer's going to pop a pill.
Right,
Just like
of course.
to take a shot.
Yeah.
Don't buy me, don't give me a chocolate chip cookie and tell me that it's 2 servings.
Is there any way for this to play out other than, the FDA comes in or whoever and says, this is the way it's going to be, or we're shutting you down? Or, some people start dying because, the people running these businesses are not going to start self-regulating their dosing. Is there any way that a responsible steward could shape the evolution of all this stuff?
Yeah, so I think and this is according to me after looking at it for a whole 5 months, right?
Yeah,
so take that with a grain of salt. I think that basically, like, FDA does some things really, really well, right? If you look at the whole clinical trial system, you're ultimately looking at the cost cost benefit analysis, right, of the drug. Like, does the therapeutic benefit outweigh the potential for harm? And addiction would be a kind of harm. And so here, if you apply that sort of high level philosophy to this industry, what is the harm? Let's get a good understanding of that, and then also, what's the benefit, right? Because, like, let's not pull something off the shelves that a lot of former heroin addicts are relying on to
Right.
stay clean.
Right.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
It would also be bad to pull something that's pretty I mean, like I said, they're doing a lot good. A nice thing that's being self-regulated, at least to a certain quality control standard. Let's not pull that off the shelves and have it disappear into the gray market where it starts to look like fentanyl on foil in Seattle again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think ultimately, like, the answer, and I'm very, very biased here, the answer is more science. Like, let's get our hands around the actual potential for harm and the actual potential for therapeutic benefit. And then from there, kind of figure out what to do.